Let's jump over to the House State Affairs Committee, where the backlash from what happened in Boise last September continues. This morning, Republican Representative Jason Monks from Meridian proposed a bill that would prevent state agencies from donating or sponsoring a non-governmental event without the approval of the governor's office. What kind of non-governmental events are we talking about?
So I've even heard of donations and sponsorships at things that I like, maybe a rodeo, but I don't know why the government should be spending taxpayer money to sponsor a rodeo. There might be a pride event that would be here. Nothing against having a pride event. It's part of the American process that we have, but I don't think that's the government's responsibility to sponsor that organization or an event like that. But no different than sponsoring a rodeo, I think, in my opinion, or a church activity that happened to be out there. It's just not the appropriate role of the government to sponsor those things.
Okay, so he threw rodeo out there like as an example, and we looked around. We didn't see any Idaho agency named as a sponsor of any rodeo in Idaho. Not the Snake River Stampede, not the Caldwell Night Rodeo, not the Eagle Rodeo, not even the Riggins Rodeo. When asked why he was bringing forth this bill, Representative Monk said he was trying to address a specific problem. That problem, as you may remember and you probably can figure out, was the hubbub created during last fall's Boise Pride event. There were plans of a kids' drag show, and suddenly sponsors began sliding back their support of the whole event under pressure from certain right-wing groups. So when some pointed out Idaho's Department of Health and Welfare had a booth at the event, well, some others decided that was a bridge too far. Health and Welfare subsequently withdrew its orange-level sponsorship from Boise Pride and pulled its booth from the park for the weekend. DHW Director Dave Jepson was asked about this directly during today's Joint Finance and Appropriations Committee, that meeting about seeing money in their budget being spent on events like Boise Pride.
The primary reason that we, for example, sponsor or have the booth at a Pride event is primarily through our tobacco cessation program. And there are a number of events where we go to be present to provide services for tobacco cessation. Sometimes that's at a rodeo, sometimes that's at a drag strip where racing is taking place, or a race track. Sometimes it's at the Boise Hawks baseball game, and sometimes it's at an LGBT Pride event. We don't go to those events to endorse a rodeo or to endorse a race or to endorse a Pride event. We're there really to serve those that are in need of cessation services and to make those services available for folks.
And sometimes just to promote public health. And when asked about how many other sponsorships might be affected by this bill, Representative Monk said he didn't have any specific numbers. But House Bill 12 was moved forward unanimously and will get a full hearing in an upcoming State Affairs Committee meeting.